What's up, everybody, and welcome to Narcocop MMA. I am your host, Mike, along with my co-host, Brandon. This is Dana White's Contender Series, week number 3. What's up, my man, Brandon? How are you?
What up, man? How you been?
I've been good, man. Been good. How was your last week as far as Contender Series? I know you had I think a couple of good picks.
Dude, they're starting to blend together for me now. Like, who was last week again?
Last week, there was a bunch of squash matchups last week, if you remember.
That's right. But, I remember we called all favorites by knockout, and somebody in the comments was like, "That's crazy," and we were pretty damn close.
Yeah, I mean, Delano. Oh, I mean, that guy Exposito or whatever his name is. Man, what a fucking tough dude, man. Like,
you called it on that one.
Yeah, that was the only one I figured. I said this guy's so tough, man, on tape. Like, I know he's gonna get beat up, but maybe he's gonna survive. And he literally just survived. I mean,
I want to say we're both right on that one. I know your bet would have cashed, mine wouldn't have, but man, he beat him within an inch of his life. Like, boxing, that might be a towel throw in at some points in that fight.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure. We're back week 3. I guess there's a lot of like big money line favorites again this week. I feel like this year, don't you feel like there's way more like, I guess, setup matches or squash matches? I don't know what you want to call them, but don't you feel like it's been like that this year?
Well, here's the reason that I think that it is, right? So you have a lot of the other organizations that are starting to dissipate. So you kind of see this different place in MMA right now. You have guys who are formerly big names. They're fighting in the CFFCs of the world and the LFAs of the world. It's very bizarre, right? And you notice the UFC is starting to sign guys straight out. They're signing big talent. Lucine Kita, they're signing all these guys straight out. So instead of Contender Series being used as like the hey, let's put 2 really good guys against each other and figure it out, it's now, hey, we already know the guys we want, and we're going to continue to sign the other guys we want. So let's just have all kinds of squash matches, get them a good highlight reel and get some hype, and then we can put them on a Tuesday and then again on a Saturday, just like we just saw.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how you create superstars.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that. That's literally what they're trying to do. And I feel like this week they did a pretty good job of it again, to be honest.
There's a couple that are maybe like a little bit close, but I agree with you for the most part.
Yeah. All right. 100 of you already in here. Appreciate you all. We're going to try to bang this out pretty quick. Brandon, did you record as well for your regular show this week or not yet?
Well, no UFC this week.
Oh, no, right? UFC. Oh, yeah. Completely forgot. Yeah.
You scared me. My heart sunk. I was like, oh, shit.
You're from the comfort of your home today. Comfort of your home and ready to go. All right. First fight, 7-4. Darion, Abbey versus the 5-0 Donte Johnson. They're fighting at a heavyweight. Donte Johnson weighed in at 209. Abbey, surprisingly, actually didn't weigh much more at 222. So I was kind of surprised to see Abbey apparently he's cutting down to fight at, light heavyweight. So how do you feel about this fight? Where do you see any value, if any? Current price, let me read off the current price. Actually, line's gotten nuked. Minus 245, Donte Johnson, plus 195, the comeback on Darion Abbey. At one point, he was plus 400. So, yeah, I'll let you kick this one off here with the heavyweights.
Well, the plus 400 number was a nice number. So whoever got that, I think kudos to you. Very, very good job. This is going to be a striking fight. I think at the end of the day, Donte Johnson he's going to be a lot smaller for sure. He's going to be one of those guys we kind of talked about in the past few weeks that weighs a lot less, but fights heavyweights because you're faster, you're stronger, you're more dynamic, and you're fighting a lot of fat guys. I mean, this matchup is kind of going to be the same thing. Darion Abbey's not bad. He's got decent hands for like I would say he's got a good fundamental boxing. He's clean. But here's kind of the big issue for me. Like, I know I'm so glad to be home. I have like the double screen set up, so now I don't have to look at my phone. I'm all set up. Taking Mark Courier to decision, that's tough for me. That's a really tough one for me. That guy's amongst one of the worst ever. Instant knockout by Tim Johnson. He beat Alex Nicholson, who's got no chin and hasn't had a chin for quite some time. I think Donte Johnson, one, he's got confidence. He's got really sharp hands. He's got great cardio. He presses forward a lot. And then you look at the level of competition. Like James Ford and Ryan Parker, I think both wash Darion Abbey, and I think both of them wash everybody on Darion Abbey's record outside of Tim Johnson. So for me, like I don't love this one. It's not my favorite spot on the absolute, favorite winner on the card, but I think Donte Johnson's going to be a league above Darion Abbey. You look at his age, you look at how he looks, signed to Iridium. There's so many good things going for him. I think this is Donte Johnson here.
Yeah, it's one thing that it needs to be noted here is why these guys are fighting a heavyweight is because it's a 4 or 5 day notice for both guys. Like they literally just called them up, scrambled a fight together because they had lost a fight here. And so they put this fight together like really, really late. And so they made it at heavyweight. Both guys from interviews want to fight at light heavyweight. Abbey's a big dude. I don't know, like, I'm sure his weight cut to 205 is going to be extremely tough. He's fought there before, so I'm not going to doubt him. But, recently he's been fighting a heavyweight. And like you mentioned, that Courier fight, that was a 5-round fight, bro, and he couldn't finish Courier. Like, he had top time for like 20 minutes, bro. It could not finish.
And that's a guy who gives up with just the slightest resistance.
I mean, he's been finished basically in every one of his losses, and somehow he went 5 rounds, bro, with Abbey. The other very, very questionable fight, which he won against Patrick Martin via 3rd-round submission. Patrick Martin is 7-8, 41 years old, Brandon. And in that fight, he came off a 6-year layoff, bro. 6-year layoff, came in at like 40 years old and fought this guy and literally dropped him 3 times. He dropped Abbey 3 different times in that fight. And the only reason Abbey won that fight is because this guy completely gassed. Like he had nothing left, And
that seems to be Johnson's kind of good thing is that he's not really going to gas. Like he's a pretty solid tank, man.
Yeah. And, this guy's chin is no good, bro. Like he's been knocked out 3 times in MMA, been knocked out in kickboxing. Like I said, dropped many times by this Martin guy. And yes, he has a huge size advantage here. But man, this athleticism and speed on Donte Johnson and his overall just strength, like the way he tosses guys around is crazy. And you know what's crazy is somebody sent me a message that actually went and played college football with Donte Johnson at Maryland, he said. And dude, this guy he said, is an absolute freak. He was like weighing at like 280 when he played college football, Dude, this guy was doing backflips, all kinds of flips. And he was putting up 405, like it was nothing, bench pressing for. So you could see it, like his athleticism, his strength. You could see that in MMA, And the other thing I like is he's been so active, bro. Like this is his 5th fight in 2025. And he's
just beating James Ford is massive. I think James Ford is very close to the UFC. I mean, the guy's got a ton of skills, great wrestler. Beating James Ford, now going against 7'4" Darion Abbey, like, what are we talking about here? I don't think.
Yeah,
and good notes about what you said too.
Yeah, and I honestly think minus 245 now it's starting to get like a parlayable for me, like because I do think like he hits way harder. I do
younger, faster.
Abbey has good straight punches, and he's got like decent pop. But man, Donte Johnson's going to be the way he switches stances and throws these punches. Like he's going to be so much more athletic and faster than Abbey. Abbey's like kind of slower, very, very hittable too. Like his head is right there to be cracked. And I think he's going to be cracked, Mia. And honestly, who do you think the UFC wants here? Like they clearly want Donte Johnson here, highlight reel against a very chinny guy, Yeah, I mean, I like KO here. I think Johnson's going to KO this guy, and it's probably going to be a highlight KO in my opinion.
I think so too. I mean, yeah, my girl is just starting to get into this, dude. She has never watched like a single fight before, and then like I had her watch a couple fights each week. I think my girl is actually autistic, and if she watches it, she wouldn't even debate that. She's a little autistic. That's kind of the best type of woman, to be honest. And she goes, I said, yeah, well, this guy, he's super good looking. Like obviously, like he's more marketable. They're going to want to push him. And her autistic brain goes, really? How they look matters in the fight based on who they want to win and their matchmaking? And I said, Absolutely. That's like half of it. You look good, you fight good, and they're going to push you. You know, they're not having any gremlins as the face of the UFC.
Yeah. One more thing I'm going to add before we move on. He has 5 straight round 1 KOs, but just so everybody knows, though, his last amateur fight against Adam Poland, who's, you know, a bigger dude. I think he was like 6'5", bigger guy, right? He went 5 3-minute rounds. So I just want people to know that he has been 15 minutes. That was a 15-minute fight if you put it in the totality, right? Obviously, 5-minute rounds is a lot different than 3-minute rounds, but I'm just saying he's been 5 rounds for 3 minutes. So I'm just putting that out there, not so people don't think that this guy's like a complete gas job. You know?
It is actually kind of hard. So people don't really know this too about amateur rounds. I tried my last amateur fight. I begged for 5 3-minute rounds. I thought it would suit me. I'm actually glad in hindsight I only did 3 threes. I would have lost that fight pretty badly because I was pretty gassed. But it's really hard to go fight 3 hard minutes, take 1 minute off, you completely cool down, and then you rev your engine again, you go again. I actually think that 5 threes is sometimes harder than 3 fives, because at least 3 fives, you guys are pacing, you know, you're pacing together, you're fading together. There's not the cool off period. It's really weird. That 1 minute in between fives is almost a lot better than the 1 minute in between threes.
And this is coming from a professional fighter now. So he knows a lot better than any of us. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think gas tank's going to be a problem, to be honest. It's not like Abbey's like some cardio machine or something.
That's what I would say. He's not a marathon runner either. What the hell?
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Fight number 2, probably the best fight of the night. It's in the lightweight division. It is the 13-1 Christian Perez versus the 12-1 Manoel Sosa. Currently, Sosa minus 280. The comeback of plus 220 on Christian Perez. I was talking about this fight yesterday. Christian Perez, very nice, you know, throws good hands. He can grapple. Very, very good pace. Cardio looks pretty good. You know, level of opposition, not the best. Obviously, in combate, someone yesterday mentioned to me, which I didn't know. I'm like, why did this guy take 2 years off from MMA? Basically, almost 2 years. He's only 26 years old. Why the 2-year layoff? And apparently, Combate did not want to let him out of his contract. And he was kind of stuck there, didn't have no one to fight, I guess, or he didn't want to fight anyone. And he was basically stuck in this contract with Combate. Somehow he got out of it of late. And, yeah, he's now here at Dana White's Contender Series. Now, this guy, this is not good. I was frozen there for a second. Yeah.
I was worried. Okay, we got you.
I'm back. So, you know, this guy has a ton of volume. He is, you know, a good striker. I like that he throws in combinations a lot, throws the kick behind his combos, has pretty good power for, you know, a lot of these guys that come from here, they're like tapping a lot, but this guy has pretty good power. You know, I like his power, and his only loss to Enrique Gonzalez, who's a good grappler, the baby bull. He dropped him and rocked him bad in round 1, right? The issue I have for Perez is that he was on his back the entire round 2 and 3 in that fight, out physicaled by Enrique Gonzalez, who previously used to fight at 45. So, now he's facing an absolute fucking unit in Manoel Sosa, man. This dude hits like a truck, has very good cardio. He can grapple if he needs to. And the physicality here is going to be massive, in my opinion. This is where I think Perez is going to have a lot of problems, man. It's like, you know, he relies on grappling sometimes to get guys down, get on top. I don't think he has that here, man. Like Archie Colgan took Manoel Sosa down, but he could not keep him down. Like Sosa got right back up. He's just so freaking strong and a freak athlete as well. You could tell. And the fast twitch muscles, you know, the power he has, bro. Like, it's just the wins this guy has that people don't know about. Like, forget about, everybody talks about the Rufy fight, right? Mauricio Rufy, a long time ago. Rufy hurt him early in round 1. He also dropped Rufy in round 1 and then came out in round 2 and just destroyed Rufy, like literally destroyed him. Then the other win that no one talks about is Richard Martins, man. Martins is a really, really, really good fighter. And he just ran right through him in round one, like nothing. Martin's only 2 losses in amateur and professional are both to Sosa. And like those wins, like his wins, literally his wins are way better than anybody Perez has even fought.
Tim Wild, even Lala is a tough fight. Colgan fight, extremely close, like crazy.
Bro, like Lucas Barros, the last guy he fought, is probably better than anybody Christian Perez fought. Maybe Baby Bull is better, but like some of these guys he's just like beating and destroying. Even though that fight went to decision against Barros, he fucking murdered the poor guy for 3 rounds. So listen, I do think Perez is a UFC level fighter. I like what I see from him. I think he's well-rounded. I think he's good. But man, it's a levels fight. And I think Manuel Sosa right now is probably a top 20, 15 UFC level fighter. That's how good I think this guy is. I think he has all the tools. I think he's super strong. And dude, what impresses me, Brandon, more than anything, with guys like this that throw super hard, that use a lot of energy going for subs and doing, the guy's cardio is fucking great, man. He can go for 3 rounds. And so, I mean, I like Christian Perez, but I think this is a bad matchup for Christian Perez, man. And, you know, Christian Perez is tough. He's Mexican tough. He has a good chin, but he's never been hit from a guy like Manuel Sosa. And if he's going to sit there and try to trade with Sosa, he's going to be in big trouble, man. I think he's going to get knocked out, to be honest, if he tries that. And another thing with Manuel Sosa, if you try to grapple him, bro, like he will hunt for submissions. You better not be sleeping on his subs. I know he goes for a lot of Kimuras and stuff like that. Like that guy, Paulo Liao, got out of like fucking 15 subs, man. Like it was crazy. So I know everybody refers to that fight and it's like, oh, it's a bad look. I don't think that should have been a split decision.
He was 6'7". Like, come on.
And I'm just really, really high on Sosa, man. I think this guy is the goods. I think he's probably the best fighter on the card, to be honest. And it's not close. So,
Mike, I mean, come on. One more comment on this guy. You're going to have to take him on a date. Like, what's up?
I mean, what am I going to do, bro? Like, this guy really impressed me. And listen, I don't know if you like Archie Colgan. I think Archie Colgan's a really, really good fighter. And that fight was super close. It says unanimous decision, but the fight was close. Anyways, yeah, I think it's Sosa here. Honestly, I think it's Sosa by finish. I know lines are juiced to the over, and I know this guy's tough, but who has he faced that hits as hard as Sosa and just as in general is as good as Sosa is?
For me, really what this is, I've been huge into boxing, right? So I've been watching different boxing styles, trying different styles. I think Christian Perez is phenomenal. To me, this reminds me of like a C-Rod versus Junior Cortez type fight, or a Peyton Talbot, Junior Cortez, or John Massamoto. I'm just saying my teammates, John Massamoto versus Casey Tanner, but like 2 prospects that are amazing UFC quality, but they're going to have to duke it out for one. And one thing I noticed, you're right, is the level of competition not even close to the same. Even the Sebastian Piedrahita, whatever his name is, not so good. Bruno Canetti, not so good. The thing I'm seeing with Christian is his offense is incredible. The kid makes great reads, sharp jabs, super fast, straight punches. Kid is amazing, but his defense isn't there. And neither is Manuel's defense. I mean, Manuel doesn't give a shit about defense either, but the fight styles, I think, is going to break him down. I think because all Manuel does is run forward, I think he's going to get picked apart a lot in the first round. But I guess similar to like, if you look back even to like the Kevin Vallejos fight when he fought John Silva on Contender Series, great first round, picked him apart. And that heavy pressure, those big bombs, those making those reads, that physicality, eventually it broke him down. It wore him down. And I think that's what we're going to see here is I think Christian's going to move, but I don't think he has the technical defense to actually do that and to do it for 15 minutes. If Manuel was a gasser, if he had 1 round in him, I think Christian is way too sharp. I think he'll avoid the big punches for round 1 and then pick him apart. But you're right, man. He's going to war with Archie Colgan, who I rate so highly, man. Archie can box. He can wrestle. He's a cardio freak. Good camp. Good chin. Archie's the whole good, all the goods. And Manuel gave him everything that he could handle So then I started looking for a grappling look in this, and I just don't see it. Again, Archie Colgan is an All-American X amount of times over. Blast doubled him and then couldn't keep him down. Manoel got up. I don't think that's his path to victory anyways in this fight for Christian. I think he's going to have to touch him and move. But similar to another fight on this card, I think round one might be okay. I think after that, he's going to get melted. And I agree. His defense is poor. Even watch the way he was throwing those overhands. He's leaving a lot of openings where I see Manoel. He's just such a small, compact, and quick to the target kind of guy. I think he's going to catch him in those exchanges.
Yeah, that's actually a really great look there. What you said, maybe he's starting with a little bit of success, going to be able to touch him up. He's a little bit longer, probably, but eventually you're going to get caught by this guy. And the other thing with Sosa is he's got a very, very good chin, man. Like those counters from Rufy he landed were completely flush right on the chin. And after the first one that he got rocked, he got caught again coming in like a couple of times from Rufy. He didn't even flinch after that. He was like, no, I'm getting to you, buddy. And the
thing is, he's got confidence. He's got that Brazilian like bravado. And I like Christian Perez. I think I think in the gym too, he's probably such a fucking monster. That kid is so good. But to be pressured like that and to hit someone with everything you have. Did you watch that fight this weekend? The boxing fight with the little Cuban kid, and then the little African guy that just beat his ass.
Oh yeah, that he kept coming, huge upset. But he was like he was like plus 500, plus 600.
Yeah. I hit that decision, but to me, it reminds me of that fight. Like you have a guy in Christian Perez who's so slick and he cuts angles, and he's such a nice, clean, offensive guy. Versus Manoel, and if you watch that fight, it was the same thing. The dude just kept his hands up, pressured him forward, and then just hit him with shots, constantly breaking him down. I think that's how this fight's going to go.
Yeah.
Dude, I like Christian. I want to take Christian on a date. Is actually where I'm getting at this. I'm going to keep glazing him, but still pick Manoel.
Yeah. One more thing with Christian that I didn't like is in that fight against that Sebastian guy, that Sebas or not Sebastian, that Sebas Santana guy. He's from Spain, bro. He got swept and lost position like 6 or 7 times in that fight. It was crazy. He kept losing position, because he's hunting for subs so much.
He's like a purple belt. We call this purple belt jiu-jitsu. Like black belt jiu-jitsu, you really learn to settle, feel positions, kind of ride hips. But purple belt jiu-jitsu is nonstop. It's just chaos. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. And that's the situation. That's not good.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to work against Sosa. Like you're going to try to hunt for subs, you're going to end up on bottom and probably get hurt, So anyways, shout out to everybody in chat. I know a lot of people are over here. People are glazing you here, Brandon. A lot of glaze, a lot of love.
Hey, I'm not going to mention a single word about that these days. Last time a clip got cut up and I look like a crybaby.
Brandon was in a highlight YouTube video last time, but he's keeping quiet. He said this time, but
yeah. And the crazy part is I love Clint. So I was like, why'd you do that to me, man?
Yeah, Clint is the man. I guess he was more pissed at his people than anything, he said. So anyways, fight number 3. Probably, I don't know. Probably one of the worst fights on the card. Nah, I take that back. I think the main event is the worst one. But it's the light heavyweight. It's the MMA layup guy, 6-1 Alik Lorenz versus 6-0 Abdulrakhman Yakayv. This one's yours. We got a local here, Arizona guy from the MMA lab.
Should I start another rumor?
I mean, do you have a rumor?
No, but I was going to start one. Yeah, I've seen Alik Lorenz. I've seen him in Arizona. He's been sniffing lines of coke off fresh fruit like for weeks at a time. So I can't envision him winning this fight. So for that reason, I'm going to go with Abdulrakhman Yakayv.
You got it somehow. I don't know how you pronounced it correctly, but you
listen. I train with a lot of muzzies these days, so it's I'm learning. No, just from a real part, I think Alik is fine. He's a big power guy. He's a local guy. He used to wrestle. Man, his last fight was so bad. I don't really know how he got onto the Contender series. I bet Ryan Parker pretty big in that fight. Boy, was I feeling good. I was feeling pretty nice about that one, and then ended up losing. This Abdul Rahman, I mean, man, he's a clean striker. He can out wrestle Alik anytime he wants to. Alik doesn't have really great cardio. I don't think this is really going to be a particularly close fight. I mean, he beat this guy. I didn't tape this fight. This Nikolay Kovalenko, who's now 11-2, was 7-0 at the time, and he won by decision. I think that's as much as I need to see. His striking is really clean, really precise, nice counters. He fires back over the top when people are pulling the punches back to their face. I think he's going to finish Alik Lorenz. I don't think there's much to say here.
Yeah, he's only 24. He's getting better. I watched that fight, that 5-round fight. I don't think the other guy is actually that good. I thought he was okay. Like, he's an okay Russian, not really a grappler, kind of a striker. And basically Yakayv out-grappled, just kind of took him down.
And I think he can do the same thing here. I mean, Alik's fine, but if he grapples, he's going to gas. So that's the issue for him.
What a red flag with Ryan Parker. I mean, Ryan Parker normally...
Now, be nice. I like Ryan.
Listen, I mean, Ryan Parker he strikes for the most part, but like, he was taking down Lorenz, getting his back. I think he's took his back like 3 different times. The problem is he just doesn't know how to keep the back, and he kept falling off and doing all kinds of...
He's black, so I mean...
he was doing a lot of mistakes in the jiu-jitsu realm, but the red flag is like he was even beating up Lorenz on the feet. Like, he busted him up in round 1. He was winning the fight, honestly. He was winning that fight before he got finished. And, I'm going to be nice again, but Ryan Parker's 6-8. And,
be nice. I like Ryan Parker. And he's fought a murderer's row. Donte Johnson, Alik, he was beating John King, legendary Ty Flores.
Yes. Ty Flores, legendary. The only guy that's actually went to decision against him. Everybody else has finished him. Yeah, I mean, listen, I bet against this guy, and I'm not going to be shameful because I bet Powell, which was probably a terrible bet in hindsight. He was a huge dog against him, and Powell.
It wasn't a bad bet. That was not a bad bet. I was there with him.
Powell took him down, like, was going to get his back. He got up. Lorenz got up, and Powell literally sat on the cage. He sat down, Brandon. Sat down on his butt against the cage and just gave up. It was like the craziest thing ever. I'm like, what? What happened, bro? Like, why did you just give up? Because you let the guy up and you just absolutely just give up. It was crazy to see. But yeah, I mean, listen, this guy is, by the way, he's been knocked out by Darion Abbey, who we just talked about in round 1. Lorenz got nuked in that fight pretty bad. He's an MMA lab guy, but he doesn't have any skills, man. His skill, I mean, he's just a brawler. Like, he's just going to come out and just try to take your head off. Maybe he has an opportunity, but like, this guy is a good wrestler. He's a good all-around fighter. He's smart. He's fought better guys.
I don't know if he's smart. I mean, you don't really know him. I saw the flag. I don't really know if he's smart.
Okay.
He can fight. He can fight.
Let's not give him the smart, but let's give him that he can wrestle. And I think that's probably enough here, man.
That's enough.
Yeah, and he's got good jiu-jitsu, actually, for these Chechnyan wrestler. He actually has good jiu-jitsu. The one fight where I watched where he was in a little bit of trouble because the other guy could wrestle really well. It was his second fight. This Yusupov guy. Actually, that guy looks good on tape. He actually can strike. He actually can wrestle. And he was winning the fight. Yusupov was winning the fight, but he got him with a triangle off bottom. So,
which is not exactly what you want to see. But that being said, that Yusupov's we're comparing apples and oranges here. These guys that grow up wrestling in Dagestan all day long versus Alik Lorenz, who was a transplant to the MMA lab and is trying his best, but at the end of the day, getting out. His Hail Mary was against Ryan Parker. This guy's Hail Mary was against Nadzimuddin Yusupov. So
and
there's a difference.
He dispatched of 2 strikers from Aries who I don't really think highly of. Bagay and Jackie Jane. You probably know them, but
I like them actually more than you do.
Huh?
I like them more than you do.
Yeah, I just think they're like strikers that are just terrible at fucking grappling, and he just did
I can't imagine Alik is that much better though, especially when he's on his back.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I mean, you said he's a wrestler. I didn't even know he was a wrestler, to be honest. Like,
I think he wrestled in college, or that was kind of his thing, and then he's got this big power. So I think it was a JUCO college or maybe like a D2 or something like that, and he was fine. But I think with even Jackie Jean and Pauline Begay, at least they're trying to like do MMA stuff and get up. Like, I think if Alik's on his back, that's going to be some white boy issues.
Michael says he won that Ty Flores fight 30-27.
We know the true winners. We all know the true winners.
All right, let's move on. Fight number 4. It is in the featherweight division. It is the 16-2 Marcio Barbosa versus the 9-2 Damon Wilson. I have a big bet already, Brandon. I got in early at -250 on Marcio Barbosa. I think this is a squash matchup. Barbosa, yes, maybe the cardio is a question a little bit. You know, he gets a little bit tired, but level of competition, the wins, the athleticism, the power, the speed, honestly, the grappling, he's a better grappler even. Barbosa is. I just think he's going to murder Damon Wilson. To me, I watched tape on him, and the last 4 wins are all against 35ers. Every single one of those guys is a 35er. You know, Sean Johnson, a guy that's currently 4-14, that's a 35er, that's been finished by everybody in their mother.
Wait a minute. Wait, no. This is Brutal Noodle. Hey, that's a legend around these parts. Brutal Noodle's a legend.
All right. I can't say anything about anybody, guys.
I bet on Brutal Noodle every time he fights. He's one of my all-time faves.
Brutal Noodle is his favorite fighter. That's 4-14.
He's second to Bochniak. Get Michael B. Gambling back up here.
The crazy thing is, like, he fights Harrella and gets nuked with the elbow. He fights De Jesus, doesn't win a minute of that fight on the feet. Absolutely gets picked apart. And De Jesus is a good striker, but like, he's not like world level. He's like just okay. He's, you know, he's got good striking, but he didn't sniff a takedown in that fight. He couldn't get him down. And even the James Settle fight, dude, I watched that round 1. It's an absolute fucking war against James Settle.
Settle's good though. I think Settle has really good striking.
I mean, dude, like, we're talking about Settle compared to like a guy like Barbosa now. And it's like, when you talk about apples to oranges, I mean,
listen, I'm trying to play devil's advocate, and it's not doing well because I'm looking at these names. You have Poncho Thewer, John Butner. I know both these guys. Actually,
he's faced very low level guys, bro. Like really, really low level guys.
And not only that, I'm pretty sure almost every single guy he's fought outside of Harrella, I'm pretty sure almost every guy was short notice. I think Ryan Lilly was short notice. Camargo, if he wasn't short notice, that's a crime. That was a real bad crime. That should have never been put together.
And Camargo's a 35er that fought it. The fight was at 55. It's probably short notice, honestly.
And look how sloppy he looked. And he was just like a bag of milk, still taking Damon down.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Barbosa, I think he's UFC level. Listen, his cardio, maybe, you know, the Felipe fight was a little bit of a concern. I watched that. He kind of like this Felipe guy just marauded forward the whole time. He got hurt, actually, Felipe, but if you look at Barbosa's figure in that fight compared to today, is a completely different fighter. Not to mention that fight was at 35 for Barbosa. He was just a skinnier version of himself now. And bro, like, his win over Wellington Prado, who I think is a good fighter, just obliterated that guy, man. Like, he just killed him. And the guy is just, even Gabriel Santos, like, this guy's a top 15, top 10 UFC level fighter, Santos. A lot of refs stopped that fight in round 1. He fucking killed Santos in round 1, man. And, you know, Santos came out in round 2, found the head kick, you know, finished him. But there's levels, man. And this is a huge, I honestly think it's -350. It's short. This line is short, bro. Like, Damon Wilson's not taking this guy down. He's not taking. This guy has very good takedown defense.
Let me play devil's advocate for 1 second. 1 second, because I know Damon really. First of all, whatever dickhead last week wanted to be in the comments like, oh, fucking Ronnie Yaya's an ADCC champion and Indian guy is whatever. The dude put him in some leg entanglements, and I was right, dead on. What happened? As soon as that fight started, he came out, he pulled guard and put him in a leg entanglement, and there was some tricky times. So, Mr. YouTube, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But Damon Wilson, the issue with him, again, it's going to be similar to the Christian Perez fight, although much more drastic. This is going to be much more drastic because Damon's got a good jab. He's got some power, nice uppercuts. He's clean in the first round. That being said, he's fighting the level he's fighting, but he does look good. He's trained with good guys. He's been at Alliance forever with Dom Cruz and all those guys. I have friends there, so I know he's talented. I know he's skilled. He can grapple. He can counter grapple. The issue is he's got bad cardio too. and he wears down, and he doesn't deal well with pressure. And when I went into tape, I know Damon pretty well. I've seen him fight in person before. With Marcio, first thing I looked at was obviously all first round knockouts, which is not exactly what you want to see all the time. You want to see some variety, but the dude doesn't really fight like he's going to gas himself out in 2 seconds. Like he's weirdly very composed with his power. He just hits like a fucking truck. I think he's going to melt Damon. And half of me wants to go, all right, this is round 2-3 knockout, just as he wears down. But the issue is I can easily see Damon, trading with him early. And this is a 1-2 knockout. I think 2 might be actually the sweet spot. I think I agree with you. I think the line is short. Damon wears thin so quickly. I think he might do enough to survive round 1, but yeah, this is going to be good line on that -250.
Yeah. I mean, the one fight I saw that he went the distance 3 rounds in 2021 against this Ronaldo Jr. fight that they said is split decision, bro. Watch that fight. He dropped this guy like 6 times in the fight. He won every single round, and they didn't even read scorecards. The weirdest thing is like, yeah, you're winner by split. This guy, I'm like, how is this split? This guy just absolutely fucking killed this guy for 3 rounds, and they said split and wrote it on Tapology as a split, but he killed that dude. Like that shouldn't have been a split. And honestly, he showed decent cardio in round 3. I was like, man, for a guy that went for it, tried to finish this guy multiple times, and like you said, it's very true. He said in an interview, they said, what did you learn from the Gabriel Santos fight? Because Gabriel Santos was a high-level fighter. He said, I probably shouldn't have went crazy like that in round 1 and tried to finish a high-level guy. I gassed myself out trying to finish him, and then I got caught in round 2. I was lazy, got caught with a head kick. And if you see him in his last fights, yes, they're round 1 knockouts, but like you said, he's taking his time. He's not really going nuts. He's picking his shots. And, dude, he's going to pick his shots. He's going to find one against Wilson. And it's like, man, he hits so fucking hard. He kind of reminds me of Sosa, honestly, a little bit. Like him and Manoel.
They're very
Sosa.
similar in that way, yeah.
And they're both fast twitch, explosive guys. I do think Sosa's the better fighter right now just because the cardio and the level of opponents he's faced. But, man, Barbosa's really, really good. And I think Damon Wilson, they're given – like, I don't even understand why Damon Wilson's here, to be honest. He shouldn't be in Dana other than – trying to get Barbosa a win.
All right, I just want to read something because last week I said something funny. I said, what fight was this about? Where I was like, yeah, I saw a dude chilling at the carniceria, and someone in the comments was like, yeah, that actually sounds like a good bet. I'm just going to say, you guys going to bet on a dude from San Diego or Amapa, Brazil? And I looked up Amapa to see if it's, paradise and tourism. It says Amapa is a state in northern Brazil that faces significant safety concerns, particularly its capital, Macapa, which historically has one of the highest rates of violent deaths in the country. So I say that to say we will see a death tomorrow night in the cage on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series.
It's crazy that they have. I swear this is funny because when I went to tape, I thought Manuel Sosa was Barbosa and Barbosa was Manuel Sosa. I don't know why I had those two mixed up, but they literally fight the same way, dude.
You're like pressing the tape back and forth. Like, dude, I can't. That's me anytime I watch anything for one championship.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Fight 5. Main event. I don't even know why the fuck this is the main event, but
this is such a funny fight. No, this is a good fight.
Notice. I mean, I think we've talked about this guy before, this Trent Miller guy. 8-2.
Not me, but I'm excited to.
7-1, Ryan Gandra. You can start this. You can finish it. You can do whatever the fuck you want with this fight. But, yeah, -425 Gandra, +325 Miller right now. What do you got for the people?
Well, one, I just need everybody, if you guys haven't already, just take a long, hard look at Trent Miller's Tapology picture. Typically, honestly, how I made so much money in bare knuckle, I just capped based on mental illness alone. And we have a hot candidate right here, But I will say he has probably cost me more money than anybody on earth. I lost big time on the Osiyomien Olemanahoyen fight, which pissed me off. Man, I can't believe he beat Marcus Nash either, another local guy. Was getting his ass beat by Saeed Magomed Abdulrakhman until he got a takedown. Gandra gets up, gets to his feet. He defends takedowns. He's strong. He strikes well. He's aggressive. Dude, Trent Miller is, dude, I'm going to be nice. All right, just go Gandra. Gandra and Barbosa, Little Brazil, and that's a free money handout.
All right. I have some information for you. Are you seated?
Did you gamble with Trent Miller last weekend in Vegas?
No, but are you seated right now?
I'm sitting.
All right. Trent Miller wrestled at UNLV. Now, hold on.
What?
Hold on. Let me explain to you some more how he wrestled at the UNLV. So apparently, UNLV is one of those universities that has a wrestling team that you actually, get a scholarship with.
And then they have the walk-on team.
No, it gets better. They have some kind of team with other universities, I guess, that they make that's called the NCWA. It's based on non-wrestlers that are on teams, but guys that attend the school that just kind of like wrestle. I don't fucking know. And he made the championship of that wrestling, whatever it was. So I got news for you, dude. Like,
so I need to take this guy more seriously, is what you're saying.
Yes.
I didn't do my proper research.
Thing is, after he did his wrestling thing at UNLV, this guy competed at the NPC for the Mr. Physique. So be careful what you're saying.
All right, now you're putting this back on me. Trent knows where I live, and we're not that far apart. He lives in Vegas. That's a short drive.
So, all right.
I will say, though, if Trent wants to fight, I would fight him. I think I would fight him. I don't care the weight class.
With that being said, I've never seen a more robotic guy in the fucking cage like this guy. Like, he moves like you would, like these robots that they just made that move like slow and mechanical. That's literally how he fucking moves in the cage, man. This guy has like slow punches, like he's very no footwork, very lead leg heavy. Like, just I mean, they gave him this fight, and obviously Gandra, honestly, he was the B-side here. Like Vitor was gonna fucking murder this dude. Literally,
Gandra's not amazing. That's the thing on tape. Gandra's not phenomenal. He just has enough, I think, to fuck Trent Miller.
He's just a better striker. He's a better grappler. He's just a better overall fighter, right? At this point, he's the main sparring partner for Acosta.
Yeah.
But honestly, I didn't like what I saw with this guy, like on tape. I was like, man, this guy's just a fucking brawler. He gets hit and he fucking loses his mind. He starts going crazy.
But he's kind of nasty. His punches have a ton of snap. He generates.
He's trying to kill you 100%. The only thing I will say is, like, there is a possibility that he can get cracked in an exchange. Just luckily, Miller lands a big overhand or something. I don't really rate Miller at all. I think he's terrible. I think if this guy ever got to the UFC, he's going to get fucking killed in there. Literally killed.
I don't think that I've ever seen a worse 8-2 guy, honestly, in my entire life. He's lost every fight until he hasn't.
What's his name? Buddy Wallace took that fight on like a day or two notice and fucking absolutely cooked him bad. I mean, he landed some big shots on Buddy in round one, but like this guy absolutely melted in round two to Buddy Wallace. And Buddy Wallace, listen, he's a tough guy. He comes forward, but he's not like really. And that Dylan O'Sullivan guy, there's no fucking way he lost that fight. They robbed the guy. They
robbed O'Sullivan. Yeah.
Yeah. It was in Miller's hometown. They literally robbed him.
And then check this out. So I actually know a bunch of these people on his early record too, because he fought in Arizona a bunch of times. So James Dennis obviously is a bare knuckle guy. He's 0-2 in MMA, has 0 chin and a ton of knockout losses in bare knuckle, especially in a row. Then you have this guy Brooks Callahan, who is from Arizona. I used to know him way back in the day. Him and his brother were like training in their garage, like on some kind of crazy mission. And Trent luckily got past him. And then you have Chato West, who's now 1-5. Like what are Eric Tier 0-5? He's now 0-9.
He's the best. Eric Tier 0-9. That guy's not good.
OC is now 2-4. And then Marcus Nash. I mean, Marcus is okay. He's 2-1, but he's a little crazy.
I honestly think I played OC as a dog against him.
We all did, and we all got killed. I remember where I was. I was in San Diego for Cage Warriors, actually, when that happened, and I almost offed myself that night. So today's the day I get it back, or tomorrow, whenever this comes out.
Yeah, I mean, Gandra went from being the B side against Vitor
to a UFC contract. How cool is that for him?
Yeah, literally to a UFC contract. Like they gave him like one of the worst fighters you can give somebody. So like in this, honestly, on this card, like Miller shouldn't be here, Lorenz shouldn't be here. A bunch of these guys, man. Abbey shouldn't be here. Wilson shouldn't be here. None of these guys. But the reason why they're here is because of the opposite side. That's just how I feel this week. I kind of think all the chalk rolls, to be honest. Like I really do.
It's hard not to see that.
It sucks to say it, but that's how the cookie crumbles this week.
You know, even last week, I think I said this on the podcast when I initially started watching the film on Holmes and Roston. I initially thought that Roston was gonna smack Holmes, and it was going to be kind of a breakdown of pressure. Literally outside of that, even Holmes, I said this at the breakdown too. He's very green. None of these guys are green. All these guys, and I know you can say that about Donte Johnson. He hasn't had a long career, and maybe Abdulrakhman, Yakayv, maybe those two. But everybody else has had a lot of fights, a lot of seasoning. There's not a lot of green. They have a complete skill set. I think this is a chalk rolls week.
I don't even know how Holmes beat Nick Galante after watching what I watched last week, dude. Like,
speaking of Nick Galante, we're big Nick Galante fans this week.
He's coming up. He's fighting. I think.
Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is. Nick Galante.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm putting my life savings on Nick Galante this week.
That is it. I think all the guys made weight. By the way, everybody made weight, which is good. Good luck to everybody. Brandon, you got anything? I know his Patreon is down below if you want it. My Discord's down below. You got anything else for the people?
Nope, that's it. Actually, go follow our TikTok. We have a bunch of TikToks. Brandan Olivas, Santino DeFranco, MMA breakdowns and bets. We have a guy that's putting together some cool little YouTube videos, TikToks of us. He did some for you and me too. So go follow us there. Go check us out on YouTube. Santino DeFranco on YouTube. I got to find a way, man. He's been stealing all the money from the naming rights. So I got to figure out a way to get back.
What is going on? So he's getting you? He's stealing everything?
Go figure. He take advantage of the Mexican.
Oh, boy. Santino, shame on you. All right. Thank you to everybody. Good luck tomorrow. And let's cash those tickets for Dana White's Contender Series. See y'all next week.